Hi, my name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our Monday session, moving the whole body. Let's go ahead and jump up. Take your feet out to the width of just your pelvis bones. You may even want them a little more narrow than your pelvis bones. This is very important as we are going to jump in with stretching your outer hips. The closer the feet are together, the more potential there is for us to alleviate tension on the outer hip, which means alleviating tension on your low back and around the pelvis and groin as well. So start with the feet in pretty close together. I like to say pelvis bone width as a general rule of thumb. This can help also protect your knees. From here, let's just sweep those arms overhead. Open the palms of the hands, one big inhale. And then exhale, sweep them back. We're moving through these big circles with the breath a few more times. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it back. Option to close the eyes. Focus more on your breath, less on the movement. And the movement will come all on its own as a natural extension of every inhale and every exhale. The body will adapt. Let's do one more. Big inhale. Big exhale, take it back. From here, bring your hands together at the heart. Push into the palms of the hands. Keep those elbows flared out to the side. We want to put some active pressure into the heel of the hand while we create this healthy angle in the wrist, hopefully preventing carpal tunnel issues. From here, let's step our left foot back. So as you step your left foot back, turn that heel in and bend the right knee. Inhale, bring the arms straight up overhead. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, we're turning the palms forward. Pull the elbows down in towards your ribs. And now keep pressing back into that right heel as you begin to twist or press back into your left heel as you twist towards the right. So we're going to start slowly swiveling at the waist. Move the ribs. Press your left shoulder over, pull the right shoulder back. When you're ready, slowly bring it to center. Reach the arms overhead. Let's step with our feet at the width of the pelvis bones, palms together. Pull the hands down in. And again, just press as hard as the body permits, feeding some sensations of pressure into the arms. Hopefully promoting healthy bone density with this simple gesture as well. When you're ready, step your right foot back, taking a healthy bend into the left knee. And from here, inhale both arms straight up overhead. Reaching straight up towards the sky. Hold it there. When you're ready, palms forward. Pull the elbows in towards your ribs. And we're taking a big twist towards the left, just from your navel first. Then add in the rib cage, then push that right shoulder over, pull the left shoulder back, keep bending that left knee and push back hard into your right heel. We are essentially stretching all the way from the outside of your right foot up the right side of your hip, and it's going to stretch all of these trunk muscles that link up to your left shoulder as well. When you're ready, bring it to center. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, step forward. Shift forward towards the ball of the foot. Lift the heels just a tiny bit, just enough to swipe a credit card under your feet. Look up, and maybe at the top of your breath, reach with just a little more effort. Pull up and out of your side ribs and pull out of those armpits. You may even want to think of lifting your shoulders towards your ears just for a moment. Let's look up. One big breath, reach. And now exhale, drop the heels. Take your arms out to the side like a T, pushing out through the palms of the hands. Bend the knees. Let's flip the hips back, pushing the tailbone behind us, coming down halfway at the most. Let's take our hands down onto the thighs, supporting your low back and spine. From here, you're welcome to turn your hands out on the thighs or keep them forward with the fingertips facing towards your kneecaps. Keeping the knees bent and the hips pressing back. Just begin to straighten the arms. As we push into the thighs, we're lifting that upper spine and hopefully strengthening that middle and upper back region. This is the part of us that can start to round excessively over time, not only with age, but with lifestyle, having to sit a lot. Keep pressing into the legs so that you're doing this nice supported upper back bend, supporting and strengthening the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Let your body weight just sort of lean and sink into the hands and thighs. Drop your head, shake it yes, then turn it left and right. When you're ready, press into the thighs, come up halfway again. Knees are deeply bent. Take the arms to the side, push out to the side walls. Inhale, flip those hands and reach overhead. Big breath in. Press the palms down towards your heart again. Flipping those elbows out to the side. When you're ready, step your left foot back. Bend the right knee. Inhaling, both arms sweep overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, press it out to the side. Lunging forward, hands out to the side. Push your tailbone back, keeping the back flat. Let's take both hands down onto the right thigh. Bring your right arm forward. And now inhale, reach it up. And think of pushing hard into that left heel while you twist towards the right. Pressing your left shoulder over that right knee. Turn your back thumb down, right thumb down. Take it past the hips, circle it around. Bring it forward as if you're going to shake my hand. Keep that bend in the right knee, pushing back into the left heel. Let's try that a few more times. Inhale up without moving the legs at all, just swiveling from the waist, the trunk of the body, and the shoulder joints. We are isolating that stretch in the hip and in the lower body. Match the breath to the movement that will assist the stretch. Inhale up. Exhale down. Exaggerate the exhale. Two more. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand to the low back. This is called a half bound twisting triangle prep. It's a lot of words. The main thing to know is it's a big full body stretch. Now from here, try pressing your left hip in towards your right knee. Then lastly, straighten the right leg. So both legs are straight as you continue to lean out from the hip and lengthen your spine. Roll that right shoulder back, press the left shoulder forward. This deep twist has so many amazing detoxifying benefits. One more big breath. Exhale, slowly start to bend that right knee. Let's move that right shoulder and hip as one unit, both hands to the front thigh. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Let's work with a little bit of balance. Shift forward, bend the right knee, bend the left knee and peel up the left heel. From here, sweep that foot forward, lifting your left knee into a flamingo or maybe even a crane type expression for balance. Notice if your body feels really wobbly, you could always try bringing the elbows down closer to your body. Sometimes bringing the arms in is the quickest way to achieve balance in the body. Just lower the hands, way less strain on your shoulders. When you're ready, set both feet down. Let's find that beginning foundation of the feet open to the width of your pelvis bones. Inhaling the arms up and overhead. Stepping your right foot back this time. Taking a healthy bend into the left knee. As we exhale, we're pressing those arms out to the side, flipping the hips back, keeping the right leg straight. Left knee is deeply bent, and our back is flat as we lower down. Keeping your left knee bent, right leg straight, flat back. Let's bring both hands onto the thigh. Hold it right there. option to think about pressing that right hip in towards your left knee already. So already we're incorporating a little twist and pulling on that outer left hip. Let's take our left arm forward. We're moving into those isolated stretches from your waist and shoulder. Inhale up, twist towards the left, open up, turn the left thumb down, sweep it past your hip, reach ahead, you're shaking hands with the left hand, and now sweep it up, you're waving with that left hand, take it back, shake hands behind you, and now turn the thumb down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, around and exhale. Exaggerate it. The breath is audible. 1 more. From here, left hand to the low back. We're still leaning into that stretch. At the most, your trunk of the body is at the same height as your hips. Or you would want your shoulders and hips parallel to the floor at the most. From here, we are keeping that right leg straight. Keep pushing into the right heel. The left knee is bent. Let's roll that left shoulder back. Press with your right shoulder over that left knee. And now maybe straighten the left leg, keeping that active twist through the trunk of your body. There is a lot going on with this stretch, a lot. This is an expression of a revolved or twisting triangle pose. If you want to test it out a little bit, just to kind of test how much effort goes into this, you could always extend that left arm out or even try reaching it up, and you may immediately start to feel the different parts of the body that are recruited to keep your spine stable here. When you're ready, let's bend that left knee. Bring the left hand to the hip. Slowly come forward, both hands on that front thigh. Take the arms to the side, push to the side walls, and now inhale, bring it up overhead. From here, we're bending both knees. Both knees are bent. We're peeling up the right heel as we work with a little bit of a balance challenge. Shift forward and hover that right foot off the floor, lifting that right knee, coming into your body's expression of a flamingo or a crane expression, standing on one leg for balance. Inhale, reach up from your armpits. Remember, you could lower the arms if you're noticing the body is wobbly. Just bring those hands down. Stay here at least 2 or 3 more breaths as we work on balance and weight bearing. 1 more big breath. From here, let's step down. Take the feet out wider than your hips. I would say not so wide of a stride where you feel like you're going to play twister or do the splits, but just wide enough to maybe feel as if you are beginning to activate the outer hips. So we're going to keep the toes, the big toes, either straight ahead or turned in. We are abducting. That means that in some respects, we are tensing up the side of the hip, but we are rotating the toes forward and in. So this is going to alleviate tension on other parts of the hips. The wider the stance, chances are the more tension that your body is going to express to you. So practice moderation. From here, let's take the arms up. As you inhale, reach at the top of the breath. Palms forward, exhale, push the hands back and sweep it behind you, a big circle. So we're adding in a nice thoracic or upper back bend, which we've already studied or practiced in the warm-up. Let's take the hands up, big breath in, at the top of the breath, reach. Now palms forward, push your hands back, maybe look up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Flip your tailbone back, so you're doing a nice big standing back bend. And now circle those arms way back. So you're kind of jutting out your ribs and your chest. Think of like a proud bird or a chicken when you do this. Let's try a couple more. These are really active strengtheners for the spine. Big inhale. Palms forward, sweep it back. Look straight ahead or up towards the ceiling. At least a couple more. Arms come up. Inhale, reach at the top of the breath. Palms forward, sweep it back. Don't forget to let that breath go. Just one more. Reach it up. Reach at the top of the breath. Palms forward, take it back, flip the tailbone back. It almost looks like a gymnast getting ready to run and do a big flip or a bunch of round offs. And now relax. From here, turn the palms forward, turn your toes out and keep the heels in. You might want to establish a wider stance now. So toes are out, meaning that we can find a safer foundation with wider legs. Let's bend our knees and maybe just take it left and right a little bit. When you bend your left knee, straighten the right leg. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, and just kind of go back and forth a few times. You could even close your eyes as you're doing this, almost an expression of a side or a lateral lunge with the body. Just easy does it to shift, lubricating the knee joints, actively weight bearing, so working on healthy bone density in your feet, your legs up into your hips and spine. Let's bring it to center. Bend both knees. See that your knees are bending in the same direction as maybe your second, third, and fourth toes towards the center of your shoe. Let's take the arms up and pull those elbows in really tight. As you inhale, arms and legs straighten out. We're reaching into our five-pointed star. Exhale, bending the knees, slowly pull those elbows in, fighting gravity. We're creating work for the body. Inhale, reach it up. Imagine you're holding on to at least a 10-pound bowling ball in each hand. And as you exhale, slowly lower. Imagine that energy pressing up while you're pulling down. Dynamic tension for your neuromuscular system. Inhale up. Exhale, pull it down. Let's do just one more. Big breath in, five-pointed star. Exhale, pull it down. Keeping the knees bent. Let's take the hands to the thighs for a standing cat and cow. Bend the elbows. Your knees are bent, toes to the side. Bend the elbows, just like we practiced before. Flip your hips back. And now just push into your thighs to get that upper back strengthener again. You can look straight ahead. You can lower the head a little bit. Or you can add in a little more of a cervical and neck strengthener. So you could lift your head looking to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. One big breath into your center chest. And now exhale, bend the elbows and let the body relax. Let the chest drape down, maybe even hang your hands like a rag doll. Let the shoulders round, let them relax thoroughly. Let's practice 3 big exhales from the throat. Inhale, exhale from the throat. 2 more. Really relax the jaw. Let's bend our knees, hands to the thighs, supporting the spine as we walk ourselves up to standing. And now shake off your legs, come to center. All right, let's still work on those hips and those shoulders, moving from all that we've done into one big stretch, traditional triangle pose. Take your legs out as wide as your body and your clothing permits. Let's start so that we have both toes forward. When you're ready, turn your left toe out. Right toe forward, left toe out. Your feet will be perpendicular. Let's bend and straighten that left knee a few times. Notice what is really common when we straighten the leg, our bodies have a tendency to lock into place. So find that ever so finite point. It's just a very small point in the movement where you're going to stop and avoid locking out the knee joint. Deep bend, press back, avoiding that lockout. Deep bend, push into the whole foot, straightening out the left leg without locking out. One more. Nice deep bend. And now straightening out without locking out, making sure there's a little bounce in that knee. From here, start pressing your right shoulder back and left shoulder forward. You could even extend your left hand down, and hopefully the hand falls on the inside of your left thigh. If your hand is on the outside of the body with the shoulder, we may want to work a little bit more on trunk rotation. Let's keep pressing that right shoulder back. Push that left shoulder forward. Left arm extended on the inside of that left thigh. Kick your right hip back behind you. Start angling your tailbone towards your right heel. Keep lifting your armpit and ribs while you begin to lower through that left rib. So that left rib is going to push towards your left thigh, but we're going to keep opening up the side waist. The most common misalignment here is to drop or to collapse into this stretch. You're going to squeeze the right oblique muscles. Imagine you're pressing your right shoulder and your right ribs towards that right hip. Keep opening the body, drawing that right shoulder back. Option to take your right hand straight up towards the sky as if you're waving towards me, and then maybe reaching down a little more with that left hand. Now, the further we reach down or the more we lean over, the more we're going to stretch that outer right hip. You might even feel a stretch on the inside of your left thigh. That could be the psoas. Inhale, twist a little more. Press the left shoulder forward and right shoulder back. Now, when your body is ready, we're lowering that top arm, bending the left knee, pushing away from the floor or the leg to come up to center. It's a big stretch. Just take a few big breaths in place. Keep breathing as we move our feet around. Pivot your left toe forward. Another big inhale. Pivot that right toe out to the side. Let's work on bending and straightening just that right leg. And we're going to move really slow with this. That way we really do feel that point. It's just the very tiniest movement that can create the lockout effect. So just keep that softness. Continue to feel for that spot that you're able to stop and be in before your body locks out. There's a lot of reasons why we don't want to lock out. A lot of physical reasons. For sure, this can inhibit circulation, which can cause you to feel dizzy and pass out. But there's other structural issues, the way it could grind on the joints or the connecting tissues. Find that sweet spot where your leg is straight, but not locked out. So make sure there's a little bounce in that knee. Let's roll the left shoulder back, press your right shoulder forward. I'm keeping my left hand on my hip, extending the right arm. The right arm is on the inside of that right thigh. Roll that left shoulder back a little more. Now, if you want, you can come down a little more. Remember to squeeze your left rib and left shoulder towards that left hip. It is an oblique crunch. It's like a good old-fashioned crunch, but we're just holding that crunch. Keep lengthening your side right rib out over your right thigh. You could always dip down a little lower as your body permits. Remember to relax your jaw. Big exhales. Now, whenever it feels right for you, we're reaching that left arm up as if we're waving towards the monitor. Maybe we dip down a little more. Check in with that right knee. Make sure it has a bend. Left leg is straight. Drawing that left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. You could look up. This is very traditional. It's also the most strenuous on the neck. Another option is to look straight ahead or look down at the floor. When we look down, we continue to lift and contract the side left waist. Keep breathing here. You're doing great. 2 more big breaths. If you're starting to get hot flashes or a little wave of heat with this, I promise you're doing it right. This has the potential to stimulate the nerves in the gut, stimulating metabolism. Let's bend our right knee, lower that top left arm, push off the right leg and slowly come up. You might feel that IT band springing back. Turn both toes forward, just breathe. These are big stretches, at least 2 more. Now our final stretch, working on our shoulders, especially the backs of the shoulders. I'm gonna get a little closer so that you're able to see me for this one. This can be done from a seated or a standing position. First, we just wanna sit really tall, overlap your arms. So you're gonna take your arms from here, cross them over, that's it. From here, you're reaching the hands over to the shoulders. Press your shoulders down, pull the elbows up. I know, I look like a pretzel, I can see it. You probably look like a pretzel too when you do this. Press the shoulders away from your ears. Act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Keep that lift of the elbows, draw the shoulders down and back. Now close your eyes and imagine you can breathe into the back of your heart. You'll feel the lungs inflating in the back of the spine, along the sides of your spine, around that heart space. 1 more, big breath in. Release the arms, switch it out. It definitely makes a big difference. So you're crisscrossing the other direction. Reach the hands down, push onto your shoulders, pull the shoulders back, press the shoulders down, and start lifting those elbows. It's a unique stretch. It's a paradox. There's a stretch, but there's also tension that might reveal itself. Hopefully it's healthy tension. It's the type of tension that you feel when muscles are beginning to stabilize themselves so that you prevent rotator cuff injuries and things like that. Act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Lift those elbows, push the shoulders down, lengthen to the crown of your head. You've got this. 2 more breaths. Breathe into the back of the heart, under the shoulder blades, and now release it. From here, take those arms away from the body, move the shoulders, move your wrist. You are all done. Let's take in a few big breaths to close. 1 big inhale, sweep it up. Wow, those shoulders feel different. Take it back. 1 more, big inhale. Free up those shoulders, free up that rotator cuff. And from here, we can close together. Namaste. Go enjoy the rest of your lovely day.